guys, welcome back. This is my boy again, Adamslink. How you guys doing? Welcome to another video. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching this video from. So let's look into politics, and we're going to discuss about Peter Obi and Kwankwaso. So there is this online interview from China's TV. They recently interviewed Kwankwaso to speak on the merger between NNPP and Labour Party. So merger between, let me say, Kwankwaso and Peter Obi. Kwankwaso being the vice and Peter Obi being the president, according to Labour Party proposal. Meanwhile, NNPP proposal are proposing that Kwankwaso be the president and Labour Party Peter Obi be the vice. So that has been the only issue between these parties. And I already discussed about that, but we have the full video of this interview, which I'm going to be playing for you first. But check out this picture that shows P-Square brother already celebrating and promoting Peter Obi, just like how many Nigerians that are supporting Peter Obi are already doing it, buying flyers, doing billboards, and already starting campaigning on behalf of Peter Obi, because Peter Obi is still not well known. So they want to bring Peter Obi down to the people to tell them that Peter Obi is the way. Well, for now, like I've said before, let us watch the video coming from Kwankwaso.
So you're hoping to pick a running mate from the southeast?
That's my choice.
Okay.
Things being equal, that's the choice of our party, because you see...
Or maybe they're even thinking that you might be the running mate to Peter Obi?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is what the enemy outside there is saying. The implication is that if you put somebody from the southeast, unfortunately there are many issues in the southeast. You see, northern voter is the worst hit on this issue of maladministration in this country. But even under that circumstance, a northern voter also believes that he is better with one united Nigeria. And therefore, most of the things that are happening in the south, especially in the southeast, people are not comfortable with that. And as long as you have somebody from there in any party, it will be very difficult for the northern voters to vote. And that's the situation now. And those workers who are against, in the actual sense, working against LP, Southeast, and so on, what they believe is, if you put anybody under this arrangement from that side of the country, the Northern voters will not vote. And who will they vote? Their own candidate in the Southeast, I mean in the North.
So, can you, or would you be a running mate to Peter Obi?
That's what I'm saying.
Would you like to be, as a person, personally?
Ordinarily, you see, I'm jobless now. I'm not doing any job. So to become a vice president,
you can't be a vice president.
But what I'm telling you is that if anybody from the south is now under this circumstance becomes the presidential candidate of our party or any other party, the implication is that because of the activities and many other issues that are real on the ground, northern voters will certainly go for their northern candidate in another party.
So the thinking
is that it's not whether I like it or I don't like it. The fact remains that everybody will lose. The number he will lose, I will lose.
So if Peter Obi is coming to join you, it will be your running mate.
That's as long as you want to vote from the north, that's the situation, fortunately or unfortunately, today.
Have you agreed with Mr. Peter Obi on aligning or joining forces?
Thank you very much, Sean. Well, for now, we are discussing with so many people, individuals, groups, and even parties. And we'll continue to discuss with them, believing that at the end of the day, we should be able to come together with some people that together we can take the leadership of this country at all levels, at state and federal level. And I believe that's the situation now.
Have you met? Because there was a time that I was supposed to meet with you before you joined the Labour Party. Have you since met with him physically since then?
Well, not yet, but our committee had the opportunity to sit down and do some discussion together. And I believe that it is highly likely that we are going to meet and discuss the issue and so forth. And people, the voters of this country are yearning for change. And I believe we will only be fair to ourselves if we come together and work and bring out a real alternative for the people of this country. And I'm happy to say that even at the moment, the NNPP, even though very new in some ways, just about 4 months, but is everywhere in this country.
That now is saying that the Northerners won't vote for anybody that is not coming from the North, even if that person is a vice president. The Northerner want the president. That's what Kwankwaso is saying. No, it's not as if he's actually talking for the North. But if he's from the North and he knows the North very, very well, that's exactly what it means. That the Northerners won't vote except the Northern person is the president. Even if Kwankwaso becomes the running mate to Peter Obi, they won't still vote. They will rather go to alternative PDP that has another candidate as their party head. Well, let's see, check that out as well. There are still more we're going to be listening to coming from Kwankwaso. To him, he said it can be Peter Obi running mate. He has no problem with that. But because of the circumstances, because of the North will not vote for them, they will lose if he becomes the running mate. So that's the reason why he wants to be the president and Peter Obi being the running mate. Well, and he also spoke about an enemy that is within Peter Obi's camp. Well, let's listen to what he has to say about that.
You know, in this part of the country, we have at least the person the people are talking about in the social media and so on and so forth, who pretends to be very close to Peter Obi himself, while everybody knows he has a political party. He is promoting the person in that political party in the PDP, yet pretending to say, look, we'll want president to come from the south, especially the southeast, while we had somebody from the south.
Who is this person you're talking about?
No, we don't want to have to go to that details now, but the details will certainly come very soon.
But Mr. Obi needs to be wary of.
I think he should be concerned because he himself believes that he's very close to him, and he is misleading him. He's misleading the Labour Party, and so on and so forth.
Well, I don't know about that mole that is on social media advertising for Peter Obi, and meanwhile working against Peter Obi quietly. Well, let's listen to this, then I will move away from this Peter Obi's case.
As it stands today, is the issue of who becomes the president, who becomes the vice president. And I believe this is the time really to advise, especially those who are positively behind the candidate of the Labour Party, that this, for me, I have seen an opportunity for the Southeast to be relevant in the next dispensation. In NNP, in PDP, they are completely out. So also in the APC. The only opportunity now is the NNPP. Now, we are aware that in the social media, a lot of work is going on. The young men and women, especially of the Southeast extraction, are working towards getting a presidency. But the fact remains on the ground that even the entire zone, any zone in this country, decides to vote for a particular person, that person, going by our constitution, the provision in the constitution, cannot be president. And I think the constitution was deliberate to ensure that everybody is involved in the country. And I believe that it is in the interest of the Labour Party and the NNPP, and even in the interest of this country, because we have seen a situation today where many people in the Southeast believe that they are being marginalized. And it will even be worse, actually, if they are not involved in the 2023 project, because LP, as it stands today, certainly it cannot win election.
Really?
Oh yes, it cannot win election.
It cannot win a presidential election.
Not
Why
in
do you think they cannot?
Well, because mainly the support is mainly in particular zone. There is just no spread, and the figures there cannot earn anybody presidential seat in this.
That is just it for now. I don't know how they're going to go about it. As you can see, Kwankwaso and people that are very much adamant and believe that they can get that NNPP is way more popular than Labour Party, and NNPP are even in a better position to get the presidency than Labour Party. And one thing noted that I like was that they will both lose if they do not come together. But if they come together, they have a better chance of winning. And again, it has been established that Kwankwaso and Atiku are very, very close. Atiku funded Kwankwaso political ambition. So I don't know how they're going to work around it. So all those northerners, they honestly understand the meaning of being loyal, of loyalty. So that again is something that I don't know how they're going to work around it. Then let's talk about Peter Obi supporters being abusive. Peter Obi himself even came out to talk to so many of his supporters to stop abusing, that they should kind of put some other people consideration, other people view into consideration and understand. But why are you telling people not to be abusive with their statements? You know how long they have been clamoring, crying, and begging for a better Nigeria and all the rest. And now they see you as someone like a messiah, someone that can uplift this country to the next level. And they see another person that has been in power trying to throw some words. Why will you stop them from talking? They will definitely talk now. You can't. Then let's listen to what Asha Yusufu has to say about people complaining about Peter Obi's supporters.
And they are scared. And they don't mind. They will come together, they will gang up against the people and do everything they can to make sure that they put spanners in the wheels. And what are they doing now? They are trying to make out that Peter Obi's supporters are sort of violent. How? Where? When? That was the same thing they did during NSAS protest. Guess what they did? They kept saying, oh, the movement will be hijacked, the movement will be hijacked. And we kept saying to them, there's no hijacking of movement. See, we all saw the NSAS protesters, how they were very calm, how they will even protest, they will sweep the place, they will clean up. They did everything, right, focus and all of that. Guess who brought in the talks? It was government. But police vehicles were used to transport dogs. We saw military vans being used to transport dogs. We saw their security vehicles, government vehicles were used to transport dogs to go and attack protesters and cause mayhem in the world. And what did they try to do? They were blaming the NSAS protesters. Now they are doing the same thing again with Peter Obi. And every time Peter Obi is coming out to apologize and caution his supporters and all of that, who decides who a supporter is? Is it because you just on your either on your Twitter either you wear t-shirt that says Peter Obi, or on your Twitter handle? Is that it? You think they will not bring their mayhem by making Peter Obi to become to become responsible for some of the things that maybe it is even I won't be surprised it is they that are doing it. By doing that, they are making him responsible for something he is not the cause of. And when they will bring their violence, which they normally will do, they will not say it's him. They will put him on the defensive and he will go on to be defending. I saw Reno Mokri and Sega Link, Shegu Awosanya, coming out to say, and many others coming out to say that, oh, he's responsible for his supporters.
Nobody is responsible for anybody. You understand? If anybody decided to say, oh, I vote for Peter Obi and you shouldn't attack Peter Obi, Peter Obi shouldn't be responsible. In fact, I think this one Peter Obi is coming out to always say sorry. I think you should stop it. You have the privilege of people supporting you. That doesn't mean you will just be saying sorry all the time, becoming really, really annoying. Just focus on your if saying sorry can actually get you closer to all those people, all those political giants that will support you, we're good, so good and fine. Keep saying sorry. But if you are saying it just to please them, just to make the people feel like you are good, please, it's becoming really, really annoying, Peter Obi. Stop it. Well, let's move forward, and to end this video, there is this audio that is trending online. According to the person who posted it, said leaked tape between ex-governor Borno and Ogun State. I pity the Igbos supporting Kwankwaso. You have forgotten what happened to the Igbos in Kano when he was a governor. You will never learn.
It's a very serious thing. I'll move forward. No. We cannot, sir. The society is already adulterated. That's why, to be honest to you, let me tell you, to be honest to you, we never wanted Buhari in this law, so we wanted Kwankwaso. Yes. We want, that's what I'm saying. If it is Kwankwaso, the primary, Kwankwaso will have defeated Buhari. Listen to me. Hey, you know the Tinubus and Co prefer Buhari because they can. He really tried. Can you hear me? Because Kwankwaso will have solved this north-south problem for us within 6 months. In Kano, Kwankwaso gathered all the Igbos and told them that all these drugs that he closed all those fake drugs they are selling in Kano. They know him now. So that's why we wanted Kwankwaso to be the district. Igbos met in Abuja and warned us after the election that they were the ones in charge of 75% of Abuja is their own. They should be given ministers. Can you imagine? Negotiate and say this is the governor they want with their rulers, everything. Igbo say no, he cannot be governor. Haba. In somebody's land. Habakule. The arrogance is so much. So 10 years ago I warned it. I said the Igbos are building nation within our nation. They will engage us within our nation and reinforce from their nation. That is exactly what we saw during the tenure of Jonathan. Immediately we voted Jonathan. What we did to Jonathan in this north, Igbos in the north, their chiefs, gathered and came to Aso Villa. To the glare of everybody on TV, they say it was nobody that voted Jonathan, but the Igbos were the ones who voted him. Did you not hear that one? Did you not read it? In our own land, Igbo say we didn't vote Jonathan. It was they that voted Jonathan. 2, before elections again, they gathered themselves and came and met Jonathan. I met in Abuja and said that they are directing all Igbos in the north must vote Jonathan. We don't mind. Let them vote anybody. But can you do that in the southeast? They stop us from even voting. Let me answer this. Amina wa alaikum salam.
I don't know who is leaking those kind of tape, but the thing is that I don't know if the tape was doctored or if it's real or not. So do not act based on this information. So because me myself, I do not really trust this tape. But it is what it is, and whoever want to listen should listen. Whoever want to learn should learn. Thank you guys for watching. The boy again, Adamslink. Have a wonderful day. Stay blessed.